This is the K3 mechanical keyboard. This can be picked up off Amazon. The specs for this device are, it's a 13-inch 720p screen, a 16:9 aspect ratio, a 10-point touchscreen, 60% of the NTSC color gamut, so the screen is not good for color accurate projects. It has PBT keycaps and Gatoron yellow switches. It weighs about 8 pounds. There is no internal battery. Everything is powered by the USB-C port, connected to whatever device. There's no Bluetooth, no Wi-Fi, no internal battery. It's a hardline connection with USB-C. Some people like having a real physical connection because unlike Bluetooth, there's no issues with like latency. This primarily is best with Windows. Inside the box, you have the keyboard. Besides that, you have the instructions, the manuals. You have a keycap remover. There's also a USB-A to Type-C cable, a power brick for pass-through charging. I think this is only 30 or 40 watts. A USB Type-C. They also toss in a USB splitter cable. One end is USB Type-C. The other end is Type A and HDMI. Typically, this is used to connect directly to the graphics card. Lastly, a little tool to help remove the expandable storage under the screen. The screen has 3 positions, flat, 45 or 90 degrees. With this version, everything can be adjusted. When moving the screen down, make sure you hold the button in or the hinge could break. Underneath the screen, there is a hidden slot for expandable storage with an internal SSD. On the backside, there are ports for micro and full-size SD cards, 2 USB-C ports. There are 2 USB-A ports for accessories. It takes a few seconds for the K3 to power on. In Windows, I do have to adjust the aspect ratio because the resolution is a little bit different. Windows will recognize this as a extra screen, and the touchscreen works pretty good. The colors are decent. The touchscreen is really responsive and quite usable. I am using Windows 10, so 11 might be a little bit different. I have no complaints here. Windows really works well with different form factors. This will mirror my main screen. I can have it extend to a separate one or close my laptop screen, and this can act as my main screen. Most tasks I throw at it will work just fine. Occasionally a little slowdown, but that's to be expected with only 8 GB of RAM. Xbox Gamer Pass works fine here. The text looks crisp enough for only a 720p panel. I wouldn't really use this screen for any heavy applications from like Adobe or gaming, but using it for shortcuts, maybe a chat for Discord, a toolbar for Photoshop, or just looking up some quick info on the web. This works really well for assisting a main screen. With this being a mechanical keyboard, the typing experience is always really good. The keys and switches are always nice and clicky. Using this for a few weeks, I tend to get on average about 50 words per minute with maybe a few mistakes. The biggest advantage for this keyboard is the backlight. This thing has RGB backlighting to the max. If you love RGB colors, this thing has like 30 different presets. Each one can be adjusted to go faster or slower,